The stage represents immortality for performers, a place where artists transcend ordinary existence and create magic that lives forever in memory. But sometimes, that stage becomes the final location where legends take their last breath, captured by cameras and witnessed by thousands. Today, we're examining 30 performers whose lives ended during the very act that defined them, entertaining audiences. These aren't Hollywood dramatizations, these are documented tragedies where the show truly did not go on. Number 30. The magician who became his own trick. Tommy Cooper was Britain's most beloved comedy magician, known for deliberately botching tricks while wearing his signature red fez. His entire act revolved around controlled chaos magic, gone hilariously wrong. On April 15, 1984, during a live television broadcast watched by millions, Cooper began his routine before a packed audience. Midway through his performance, Cooper suddenly clutched his chest and fell backward onto the stage. Because his comedy style incorporated deliberate physical mistakes and exaggerated collapses, the audience erupted in laughter and applause. They assumed this was vintage Cooper, the bumbling entertainer, pretending to have a heart attack as part of his routine. Behind the curtain, crew members quickly realized Cooper wasn't performing. He'd suffered a massive cardiac arrest on live television. While the audience waited for the next part of his act, medics frantically worked to revive him. He was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the hospital, leaving behind the haunting image of an audience laughing at a man's final moments, believing entertainment when witnessing tragedy. Number 29. The wrestler's fatal suplex. Mitsuharu Misawa stood as one of Japanese professional wrestling's most celebrated athletes, renowned for his technical mastery and high-flying style. On June 13, 2009, during a live wrestling match in Hiroshima, Misawa participated in what should have been a routine tag team bout. During the match, Misawa was lifted for a suplex, a common wrestling maneuver he'd performed thousands of times. But this time, something went catastrophically wrong. The instant he landed, Misawa collapsed in the ring, completely unresponsive. The move had resulted in severe spinal cord injury. The live broadcast turned somber as officials, medical staff, and fellow wrestlers rushed to his aid, performing CPR in the ring while spectators watched in horror. Despite immediate transportation to a nearby hospital, Misawa was pronounced dead. His death sparked intense debates about wrestler safety in a sport where the line between choreographed performance and genuine danger remains dangerously thin. Number 28. The Crocodile Hunters. Last documentary. Steve Irwin, globally known as the Crocodile Hunter, dedicated his life to wildlife conservation and education. On September 4, 2006, while filming Ocean's Deadliest, a documentary exploring the world's most dangerous marine animals, Irwin encountered an 8-foot stingray while snorkeling in the Great Barrier. As Irwin swam closely behind the animal, which typically avoids human contact, the stingray suddenly whipped its tail upward in a defensive strike. The powerful barb pierced directly into Irwin's chest, penetrating his heart and causing catastrophic injury. His crew immediately pulled him from the water and attempted CPR, but their efforts proved unsuccessful. The incident was captured on film, though the footage has never been publicly released out of respect for his family. Irwin's sudden death at 44 shocked millions worldwide who knew him for his larger-than-life personality and unwavering commitment to wildlife preservation. Number 27. The High Wire Legend's Final Walk. Carl Wallenda, the legendary high wire artist, spent 7 decades performing death-defying tightrope acts without safety nets. On March 22, 1978, at 73 years old, Wallenda was still pushing boundaries, attempting a tightrope walk between the towers of the Condado Plaza Hotel in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Known for incredible balance and fearless approach to high-wire acts, Wallenda had captivated audiences for decades. But on that fateful day, strong winds buffeted the wire as he carefully made his way across. Suddenly, he lost his balance and tragically fell to his death, a moment captured on camera though not broadcast live. The footage later circulated, bringing somber reality to his legendary status. Wallenda's passing marked a heartbreaking moment in circus arts, as he'd become a symbol of extraordinary bravery and dedication. His death underscored the immense risks he undertook in every performance, ending the career of a man who literally lived his life on the edge. Number 26. The guitarist's sudden collapse. Pedro Henrique, a celebrated Brazilian guitarist known for electrifying stage presence and exceptional skill, tragically passed away on March 12, 2023, during a live performance at a music festival in Sao Paulo. Only 39 years old, Henrique was in the midst of an energetic set when he suddenly collapsed on stage, stunning the audience. Known for his work with prominent bands and a successful solo career, Henrique had built a reputation as one of Brazil's finest guitarists, captivating fans with passionate, soulful playing. Emergency personnel rushed him to a nearby hospital, but he was sadly pronounced dead upon arrival. The cause was later determined to be a heart attack, a devastating shock to fans, friends, and fellow musicians who knew him for his dynamic performances and love for music. His death cut short a brilliant career and left Brazil's music community mourning the loss of an extraordinary talent. Number 25. The drag performer's final showcase. Valencia Prime, a 25-year-old transgender woman and prominent Philadelphia drag performer known as the city's plus-size dancing diva, tragically passed away on September 12, 2022, after collapsing on stage during a performance at Taboo Lounge and Sports Bar. Prime was hosting her live showcase Primetime when she suddenly became unresponsive. Despite immediate medical attention, she was pronounced dead at Jefferson Hospital. The Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office later determined the cause of death to be atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, classifying it as natural causes. Prime's untimely passing sent shockwaves through the local LGBTQ+ community and beyond. Tributes poured in from friends, fellow performers, and fans who remembered her as a vibrant and positive force. Taboo Lounge expressed their sorrow, stating they would not forget the light she brought to the stage. Number 24. The Jam Band Pioneers' Birthday Concert. Colonel Bruce Hampton, a revered musician and pioneer in the jam band scene, passed away on May 1, 2017, during a live performance in Atlanta. The concert was a star-studded 70th birthday celebration featuring Hampton, performing with notable musicians from his extensive career. During a high-energy jam session, Hampton collapsed on stage, seemingly resting his arm on a speaker. At first, both the audience and his fellow musicians thought it was part of his theatrical style, known for blending humor and unpredictable antics into performances. However, as moments passed, concern grew as it became apparent Hampton was in serious distress. Medical personnel quickly arrived and rushed him to the hospital, where he was sadly pronounced dead later that evening. Hampton's passing marked a profound loss for the music world, especially within the jam band and improvisational music community. Number 23. The Barefoot Singer's Fatal Shock. Barbara Weldons, a talented French singer-songwriter, tragically passed away on July 19, 2017, during a live performance at the Léo Ferré Festival in Gourdon, France. Known for her captivating voice and artistic expression, she had recently released her debut album and was gaining recognition in the music world. During her performance, Weldons, who often performed barefoot, accidentally stepped on faulty electrical equipment. This resulted in a fatal electric shock, causing her to collapse on stage. Despite immediate efforts to save her, Weldons was pronounced dead at the scene. She was only 35 years old, and her untimely death cut short a promising career, leaving fans and the music community in profound shock. The tragedy highlighted the critical importance of proper electrical safety standards at live performance venues. Number 22. The radio broadcaster's live assassination. On November 5, 2023, Filipino radio broadcaster Juan "Johnny Walker" Jumalan was tragically killed during a live broadcast. Juan Jumalan, a beloved personality known for his lighthearted program on 94.7 Gold Mega Calamba FM, focused on spreading good vibes and jokes. He wasn't involved in controversial reporting. The attack occurred early in the morning at Jumalan's home in Calamba, Misamis Occidental. Two men arrived under the pretense of making an announcement about lost belongings. One assailant held a staff member at gunpoint while the other entered the radio booth and shot Jumalan twice. The gunman then stole a necklace and fled with a third accomplice on a motorcycle. The entire incident was caught on a Facebook live stream and CCTV, shocking viewers who witnessed the brutal murder in real time. The attack on a non-controversial broadcaster raised serious questions about media safety in the Philippines. Number 21. The Boston drummer's cruise ship collapse. Sib Hashian, renowned as the drummer for the iconic rock band Boston, tragically passed away on March 22, 2017, while performing on a cruise ship. Born on August 17, 1949, Hashian was 67 years old at the time of his death. He had been a key member of Boston, contributing to the band's signature sound with powerful drumming on albums like their self-titled debut and Don't Look Back. On the day of his death, Hashian was performing aboard a Legends of Rock cruise, a themed cruise featuring classic rock acts. During the performance, Hashian suddenly collapsed on stage. The cruise ship was sailing off the coast of the United States, and despite immediate medical attention and attempts to revive him, he was pronounced dead. Reports indicated Hashian had been battling kidney cancer in the months leading up to his death. This diagnosis, coupled with his passing while performing, was a significant blow to fans and the rock community. The incident remains unclear whether the performance was being broadcast or recorded for public consumption at the time. Number 20. The comedian mistaken for comedy. Dick Shawn, a well-known comedian and actor, died unexpectedly while performing on stage on April 17, 1987. Shawn was performing a comedy routine at the University of California, San Diego, when he suddenly collapsed. At first, the audience thought it was part of the act classic physical comedy from a performer known for unpredictable stage antics. But it soon became clear that something was seriously wrong. Shawn had suffered a heart attack and was pronounced dead shortly after being rushed to the hospital. He was 63 years old. Shawn was famous for his roles in films like It's a Mad World, and The Producers, and his sudden death during a live performance was a shock to many. The tragic irony of a comedian's death being mistaken for comedy created a haunting memory for those present. Number 19. The Jazz Pianist's Memorial Concert. Lillian Hardin Armstrong was an American jazz pianist, composer, arranger, singer, and band leader. Born on February 3, 1898, in Memphis, Tennessee, she was the second wife of Louis Armstrong and had a significant impact on the jazz scene through her performances and collaborations with notable musicians like Earl Hines. After Louis Armstrong's death on July 6, 1971, Armstrong traveled to New York for his funeral and rode in the family car. Following the funeral, she returned to Chicago with plans to continue working on her autobiography. However, on August 27, 1971, while performing at a televised memorial concert for Armstrong, she collapsed at the piano and died from a heart attack on the way to the hospital. She was 73 years old. The poignant tragedy of dying while honoring her late husband created one of music history's most emotionally devastating moments. Number 18. The Bollywood playback singer's final concert. KK, whose full name was Krishna Kumar Kunath, passed away on May 31, 2022. KK was a celebrated playback singer in the Indian film industry, known for his versatile voice and memorable contributions to Bollywood music. Born on August 23, 1968. In Delhi, KK began his career as a singer in the 1990 seconds. He quickly gained recognition for his soulful and emotive voice, recording songs in various Indian languages including Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Bengali. Some of his most popular tracks include Tu Hai Meri Shabhai from Gangster, Kuda Jan from Bakna E Hasino, and Zara Sa from Janet. KK's death occurred during a live performance in Kolkata. He was performing at a concert at the Nazrul Mancha Auditorium when he suddenly collapsed. Despite being rushed to a nearby hospital, he was pronounced dead on arrival. The cause of his death was reported as cardiac arrest. KK was 54 years old at the time of his passing. His untimely death shocked the Indian music industry and his fans, leaving a significant void in the world of playback singing. Number 17. The Hungarian music star's television death. Zoltan, a Hungarian music star, died during a Swedish live TV show while performing for a video recording. He had a sudden heart attack and collapsed in front of the camera, creating a shocking moment of live television tragedy. Many German and Hungarian newspapers questioned his natural death and considered it a planned murder, though no evidence ever substantiated these conspiracy theories. The incident remains one of European television's most disturbing moments. Number 16. The South African rapper's double collapse. Costa Titch. The South African rapper and dancer, whose real name was Konstantinos Tsobanoglu, tragically died on March 11, 2023, during his performance at the Ultra South Africa Music Festival in Johannesburg. While on stage, he collapsed twice, with the second collapse proving fatal. Despite quick medical attention, Costa Titch was pronounced dead shortly after the incident. The exact cause of his death remains unconfirmed, with speculations about a possible seizure. Number 15. The Congolese music legend's festival finale. Papa Wemba, the legendary Congolese musician known for pioneering soukous music, died on April 24, 2016, during a performance at the Femue Music Festival in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. He collapsed on stage, and despite immediate efforts to revive him, he was pronounced dead shortly after. Papa Wemba's music career spanned decades and influenced generations, blending traditional African rhythms with modern sounds. Number 14. The nightclub fire tragedy. Goodbye to Gravity, a Romanian metal band, faced a tragic disaster on October 30th, 2015, during their album release concert at Collective nightclub in Bucharest. A pyrotechnics display ignited the club's soundproofing foam, causing a devastating fire. The blaze spread rapidly, leading to a stampede as attendees tried to escape. Sadly, 64 people lost their lives, including 4 band members, Vlad Tsilea, Mihai Alexandru, Bogdan Enache, and Alex Pascu. The incident led to national mourning and sparked significant protests over corruption and lack of safety regulations in Romania. The tragedy remains one of the deadliest nightclub fires in history. Number 13. The snake charmer's fatal bite. Irma Bule, the popular Indonesian dangdut singer known for her daring performances with cobras wrapped around her neck, tragically died on April 4, 2016. During a live performance in Karawang, West Java, Irma was bitten by a king cobra snake that she used as a prop on stage. Despite initially refusing treatment, believing the venom had no effect, she later collapsed and was rushed to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Number 12. Tiny Tim's Tiptoe to Eternity. Another performer who died while performing was Tiny Tim, the American singer, famous for his unique falsetto voice and ukulele performances. He gained fame with his hit Tiptoe Through the Tulips in the 1,960 seconds. On November 30th, 1996, while performing at a gala benefit in Minneapolis, Tiny Tim suffered a heart attack on stage. He was rushed to the hospital but was pronounced dead shortly after. Number 11. The Voice contestant's post-concert shooting. Christina Grimmie was a talented singer and former contestant on The Voice, who tragically died on June 10, 2016, after a concert in Orlando, Florida. She was signing autographs for fans when a gunman approached and shot her. Despite immediate medical attention, Christina succumbed to her injuries. The assailant, who was tackled by her brother, then took his own life. Christina Grimmie was just 22 years old. Number 10. Dimebag Darrell's onstage assassination. Dimebag Darrell, legendary guitarist for Pantera and Damageplan, was tragically killed on December 8, 2004, during a Damageplan concert in Columbus, Ohio. A gunman rushed the stage and shot Darrell multiple times, killing him instantly. 3 others were also killed before the shooter was taken down by a police officer. Darrell, known for his influential guitar work and energetic performances, was 38 years old. Number 9. The WWE stunt gone wrong. On May 23, 1999, during a WWE pay-per-view event called Over the Edge, a tragic incident occurred. Owen Hart was performing a stunt where he was supposed to descend into the ring from the rafters using a harness and grapple line. However, something went wrong during the stunt, causing Hart to fall approximately 78 feet and land in the ring. Despite immediate medical attention, Owen Hart succumbed to his injuries. WWE never released the official video of his falling. Number 8. Red Fox's final rehearsal. On October 11, 1991, Red Fox, the beloved comedian famous for his role in the television series Sanford & Son, collapsed on the set of the television show The Royal Family while rehearsing a scene. Fox was rushed to the hospital but was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. His death was attributed to a heart attack, which he suffered at the age of 68. The tragic irony was that his most famous character frequently faked heart attacks as comedy. Number 7. The SeaWorld trainer's fatal interaction. Dawn Brancheau was an experienced trainer at SeaWorld Orlando. During a routine interaction with an orca named Tilikum on February 24, 2010, the whale unexpectedly grabbed her and dragged her underwater. Despite efforts to rescue her, Brancheau succumbed to her injuries. The incident shocked the world and sparked debates about animal captivity and trainer safety, ultimately leading to significant changes in how marine parks operate. Number 6. Silver King's wrestling ring collapse. On May 11, 2019, while performing in a wrestling match at the Roundhouse venue in Camden, London, Silver King, a Mexican wrestler and actor, tragically passed away. He collapsed in the ring during a bout and was pronounced dead shortly afterward. Number 5. The Drummers Club collapse. On May 21, 2016, Nick Menza, the former drummer of the band Megadeth, tragically collapsed on stage while performing with his band OHM at a club in Los Angeles. Efforts to revive him were unsuccessful, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Number 4. The Cuban musician's Bronx performance. On May 26, 2023, during a performance in the Bronx, Juan Carlos Formel suffered a fatal heart attack at the age of 59. He was an acclaimed Cuban musician and composer. Number 3. Bruce Lee's unexpected collapse. Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist and actor, died unexpectedly on July 20th, 1973, at the age of 32. Known for his groundbreaking films like Enter the Dragon and his philosophy on martial arts, Lee's death shocked the world. He was in Hong Kong working on a film when he collapsed. The official cause of death was cerebral edema, a swelling of the brain, possibly caused by a reaction to a painkiller he had taken earlier. Number 2. Brandon Lee's prop gun tragedy. Just like his father, Brandon Lee also died in a tragic accident on March 31st, 1993, during the filming of the movie The Crow. During a scene where Lee's character is shot, a prop gun that was supposed to fire blanks instead discharged a real bullet fragment. The gun had been improperly prepared. A bullet with no powder had lodged in the barrel during a previous scene. When the blank was fired, it propelled the lodged bullet fragment, hitting Lee. He was struck in the abdomen and collapsed. He was rushed to the hospital where surgeons tried to save him, but after several hours of surgery, he was pronounced dead. The official cause of death was a gunshot wound. The tragedy eerily mirrored his father's unexpected death, creating one of Hollywood's most haunting family tragedies. Number 1. The final performance that defined tragedy. When performance becomes monument. These 30 performers share a haunting commonality. Their final moments occurred doing what they loved most, entertaining audiences. Some collapsed from heart attacks mid-performance. Some died in accidents during filming. Others were victims of violence or equipment failure. What unites them is that cameras captured their final breaths, creating permanent documentation of tragedy. These aren't just stories of death, they're reminders of the risks performers take every time they step on stage, enter a ring, or face a camera. They sacrificed comfort and safety to create moments of entertainment, education, and inspiration. Their legacies live on through their work, but their deaths serve as sobering reminders that behind every performance lies a human being whose life can end in an instant. Which of these tragic deaths affected you most? Do you remember where you were when you learned about any of these performers passing? Share your memories in the comments below. And if these stories of performers who gave everything for their art moved you, subscribe for more investigations into the darker side of entertainment history. Because sometimes the show doesn't go on, and we're left with only memories of those who died doing what they loved.